Hi, Simon from Peak Outdoor here. So these videos are instructional videos that we're doing, and they're basically how to have an adventure in the Peak District. So just interesting ways up hills. Most people might take the trodden path, but what we do at Peak Outdoor is we just try and show you a more interesting way we can have an adventure, like a bit of a scramble or a wild swim. So that's what these videos are about, but also instructional as well. We'll give you a few little tips from beginners to people who've been doing it quite a while, experienced. Just our little tips we've picked up over the years to make your hill day a little bit better. So today's adventure is what we're going to call Edale Adventure. We've been up here, which is Golden Clough. It's a beautiful clough. Clough is like a beck or a gill, basically a mountain stream. The thing about the Peak District is it's not really that mountainous, or you don't get the ridges that you get in Wales and the lakes, so you don't get the long mountain days out. But what you can do in the Peak District is, if you're just a little bit inventive, you can do link-ups, and you can have a good day out and just go off the beaten track and have a little bit more of an adventure rather than just a walk. So that's kind of what these videos are about. So today we've got Matt, who's videoing.
Hello guys.
So Matt's just going to do this short video with me, just about planning and making sure you've got the right stuff on the hill to have a good day. So you might have a good route, but if you've not got your nutrition right, your fitness and your equipment, it can spoil your day. So last night me and Matt were talking about where's the best places. We were looking on a website called MWIS, that's Mountain Weather Information Service, and that's just looking at the weather in the mountains. The weather in the mountains are very different to down in the hill, so when you're planning your day, it's good to look the day before at what the weather's doing in the area that you're going, because it can affect your day. You might want to go somewhere different. If there's a southwesterly wind and it's up to say 30 miles an hour, which is really difficult for walking in, quite miserable, you might want to do a valley walk, not a ridge walk or a high plateau walk on Kinder Scout, which is just up here. So Mountain Weather Information Service is really good, giving you the wind speed, the direction, the cloud, chance of summit-free hills, the rain, can all be very different and can spoil your day up in the hill. So that's really important. Planning your route as well, where you're going to go, how long is it going to take, looking at your map. Me and Matt have both used some software called View Ranger, which will come up shortly on the video, and you can plan your route, how long it's going to take, the height, all sorts of different things like that. So you've got a good idea of how long your day is going to be, how arduous it's going to be. The other thing is what time you're going to meet, where, and also nutrition I think is quite important as well. Have you got enough water? Have you drank enough water? So what I tend to do is, rather than take loads and loads of water, what I tend to do is drink lots of water in the morning. I'll drink a good litre, so I'm really hydrated, and then you're not looking for loads of water. As soon as you get on the hill, we have a saying that we say, be bold, start cold. So don't start with things like fleeces on, jackets. It might be cold when you start, but once you get going, you'll be really warm. So as you can see, I'm starting with just a thin base layer on. So making sure you're well hydrated, making sure you've got plenty of food down here. This morning I've had some Greek yogurt, some berries and nuts, plenty of water, plenty of coffee, orange juice. So I'm well hydrated, and I've got some good food down here. Also got some good food for the hill, so I find this useful. Trail mix, you can do your own trail mix. Some people call this GORP, good old raisins and peanuts. So in there's seeds, there's all sorts of different mixture of nuts, a bit of dark chocolate. This is really good protein for when you're on the hill. So if you have some carbohydrates like oat cakes or something like that, and you just snack away on the day on nuts, the protein keeps the blood sugar levels up throughout the day, rather than having a real high hit with bread or something. I tend to avoid bread on the hill. What I tend to do is go for these oat cakes. Oat cakes are a bit like porridge, so porridge is good in the morning. But oat cakes with some cheese, with some fat. I use Marmite for plenty of salt. Getting plenty of salt in you is really important, because as you're sweating, You know, crisps are good, salted nuts are good, things like that are really good. So actually, there's plenty for me on the day there because I've had a really good breakfast. I tend to avoid sandwiches. Sandwiches just are heavy, can be soggy. You can still get your carbohydrates, got things like oat cakes. A couple of boiled eggs there for protein as well. I've got plenty of water, got about a litre of water there, and I'm just really careful with my water. I've also got a water filter. There's plenty of water around in the Peak District. I've got plenty of water there for the hill. So I'll just run through what's in my bag from a technical perspective. Obviously I've got a map, I've got a compass, which is really important, shouldn't need that today. Got sun cream, 30O+, whistle, penknife, a little bit of paracord for emergency fixings, head torch. So this all goes in these nice neat little dry bags to keep everything dry. You don't know when it's going to rain. Also an emergency bothy, that's a 2-man bothy because it's just me and Matt out today. That's if you're ever in an emergency. If you've twisted ankle or something, even on a warm day, when shock kicks in, keeping warm is important. Getting one of these round you makes a big difference. First aid kit, we've done on our Friday Top Tips, what's in my first aid kit. If you want to have a look at that on social media. Pair of gloves, lovely day today, 23 degrees, but it can soon turn. And one of my favourite bits of kit, the ever adaptable and resourceful buff. That can be anything from a hat to a bandage to a balaclava. Sun hat to keep the sun off me. A mid layer, a fleecy mid layer that's synthetic material. A base layer, the synthetic base layer is really important. You don't want to be using cotton or, you know, I avoid wool. Wool can be quite good, but synthetic I find is the best material apart from merino wool. So I've got a spare base layer here because I'll get probably sweaty today. Spare base layer, I find these out kit, there are other brands available. Merino wool is really good. It's cool but it's also warm and it dries really quickly when you're sweating. That's a spare base layer. Waterproof, and then I always, no matter what the weather, take a synthetic down to the well. That all goes, there's my waterproofs, that all goes in this dry bag basically. And then it's basically the layer system. Thin base layer that traps the air, and then a mid layer, and then you've got your waterproofs, etc. So that's pretty much my day sack. I might take more if it's an overnight or if it's a big mountain trip, but that's like the minimal that I take. I tend to take it in a rucksack like this. I could take a smaller bag. This has just got the lid off of it, and everything fits in there. Probably a 35 litre rucksack will do for the day. So we're all set for the day. We've done as planning. We've also decided we're going to do a bit of scrambling. So if you look at Matt's boots, Matt's got a pair of Sportiva boots on there that have got a fairly rigid sole. I've got a pair of Scarpa boots here, again fairly rigid sole. The reason we're wearing these is because we're going to be doing some scrambling, so we need rigid soles so it supports us on the rock. If we were just out for a walk on the hills, we'd probably wear some light summer boots or maybe even approach shoes. So that's our gear, that's our planning. We'll speak to you in a bit about this route ahead. See you in a bit.